Hello, is this thing on? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Alright, let's get down to business. No more funny business. This is how I make a song in Modbox, which is little well-known trade secret that Modbox is the best beatbox mod. Pretty common knowledge. Let's get started with the tutorial. Basically, I always do this at the start. Type A mixing best type. Scale expert, because I'm an expert, you get me? Rhythm 8 is just a bit, it's quite convenient. Also, you see how there's 8 bars right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is for pussies. Let's just get that out of the way. We set out to 4. Yeah? Okay. Alright, so, the way you get started is that you have an idea. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come up with like a little thingy, like a little melody motif. Always set the filter to shift, which is the best one, and unless you're specifically trying to have it not sound so sharp, because it sounds like this when you set it to shift. Ooh, that's kind of sharp. And if you set it to none, it's basically the exact same, but it's quieter. And if you set it to sustain sharp, which is what it is by default, it sounds very muddy, so I'm not a fan. So, I'm just gonna come up with something. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty bad at, being, like, unique or creative when I have no ideas. So, I usually set a random key, and then I put the first note here, and I think I do a lot is I go like this. This is a rhythm I like a lot. Okay, let's bring up the tempo a little bit. I like making fast music. See, that's a rhythm I like a lot, so we can go with that, and then when you finally close Final Fantasy and you've come up with an idea, you get to where I'm about right now. This is something I came up with. Okay, so one thing I like to do a lot when I'm out of ideas just completely is I basically just spam notes, to be honest. Like, see, there's a lot of notes, they're just placed all over the place, and then they just, change, pitch every now and then. It's pretty simple, but it gets the job done, to be honest. So, what I'm thinking about doing right now is, I usually change the blending to 1 as well. You can't change it higher than that amount, if you're using shift, because it just fucking breaks, and I don't know why, but it's what it sounds like when you have 1 blending. And then this is what it sounds like when you have 2. It just makes a really ear-grating sound and it just crashes, so... set it to 1, reload the page, if I'm using this as a bass instrument, I'm probably not going to use pulse wire. Some of the best bass instruments, in my opinion, are either sax, lyre, or guitar. Guitar less so, but that's really good for layering. So I'll set it to lyre. Already sounds a lot better to me. And another thing I do, I usually never have, just 1 channel for the bass. I have, playing the exact same notes, I'm copy-pasting it with, C and then pressing V. Move that down. Oops. Yeah, sounds bad because I'm changing instruments, so change shift. Seamless as well, I usually like it seamless, and then just pick a random thing. So we do sax, lower it by an octave, see how that sounds. Sounds alright, maybe I can add octaves to it. Doesn't sound that good. Guitar. That sounds way better already. See, that's all you need to do. 1 layer. Just change the octave maybe, and it already sounds infinitely better. Change the key. I usually like going between E and G because that's where the bass hits the most. I usually don't really like doing the lower ones. So just do F sharp for now. This is fine. I can keep going. I keep adding layers, but there's not really a point right now. So usually what I do at this point is that I add percussion. There is a particular way I do it. I like to set out to max channels because I like having it all at the bottom. So what I'm doing right now is something very synonymous with Modbox. It's called lawn mowing. Because all the channels start as set to 1, pattern 1. You have to set them all to 0, and it's pretty annoying. But whatever, I'm used to it. Alright, so this is how I do kicks. Very simple. FM, set it to only this thing. Punch, go to a low octave, small note, and then just drag it up. Easy kick. Let's just do like this for now, and just have it repeat. Easy. For like anything else, retro wave the best because it's the loudest. It's basically the same as white. So rule of thumb, higher the note is, I like to use retro. If it's lower down, I think white sounds better. So white lower, retro lower. It's just quieter basically. But if it's white is higher, I like how retro sounds for. So I'm just gonna come up with something real quick. All right, I created a pretty simple percussion. Let me just play it real quick. Alright, so this channel, snare. Snare is usually 2 channels. It's a noise channel. Looks something like this. Arpeggio, just, can't really explain it. That just sounds good to me. That's just how I like it for snares. And then, so yeah, you want noise, and then you want a pitch channel. Literally the exact same as the kick. But it's higher up, and it's shorter, and it's got like a little, fade out at the end. So, plays at the same points as the snare in the noise channel. Hi-hats, pretty simple. Didn't do any fancy. If you really want, you can like, add like, end bits like that. I might add that later on, but it's just a baseline. I probably am gonna change percussion a bit when the song is more developed, so it fits more along with the song, stuff like that. But it's a good like little starting point. Also, this last channel here, just to be honest, completely random, just like randomly placed like a little noise detune periodic. Just adds to it. That's all you really need, just a bit of noise, and then like a rhythm really. Not really much to explain there. If there is a way I do it, but it's pretty hard for me to explain. I kind of just do it. You have to figure out how. Well, it is about how I make music, but ideally, you want to figure out how you're gonna make music. So, leading on from here, there's a few things I can do. I can come up with a lead. I can add chords. What I usually like to do is I like to create the main part of the song right here. So these 8 bars, I'm just gonna use to like create like the main part of the song. So, for now, I'll add bass. I always add a sub bass, which is just the same notes again, but make it either plateau or triangle. I really like plateau, and then generally make it an octave lower. Depends. Yeah, good sub bass. And then you add 2 more channels for left and right. You can get a lot more creative with these channels. You can like turn them into chords and like do shit like this if you want. Just all the same, shift, seamless, whatever. Set the chord to duet so I don't arpeggiate because that would sound really bad. And then you set the pattern to the left or the right. I'm gonna remove these for now. And then I'll just, oh my god. Useless. I said it's fine the left and right to be either like pulse wide or pulse narrow. It's only these 2 that I don't like using pulse wide or whatever for. And then I like to set these in octave up sometimes. I'll just see how it sounds first and just tweak it a bit. Let's do this one as well. Oops. Same note. Excellent. Honestly, could sound better, but I'm just coming up with this on the spot, so. So something I used to do a lot is for the chorus on like the side channels, I'd use either honky tonky or dissonant. I don't really like doing that anymore. I think it sounds a bit weird, but that is something I used to do. The choruses I usually like to add a lot is dirty. There's a thing called I think it's called waveform diffusion or whatever, something like that. If you have notes, different waves playing like the same exact notes, they're gonna get like jumbled together. That's why these two sound so much better. Well, actually, that might not be what's happening because it's an octave, but yeah, it sounds like one instrument because of the waveform thing. But if you set it to dirty, it like separates them basically, so it's a distinct instrument. That's what gives it that sound. Depends if I wanna. Don't really feel like adding that right now. Okay, I like that for now. Another thing I usually add right after this is some set of chords, but I'm probably not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna make the melody first, so I'll come up with that. I'll just be right back. Alright, so I kind of lied. Instead of adding a melody, I added some chords, and I'll explain my process for it real quick. Let me just play it first. Okay, so pretty simple. I just went in with one channel. Well, I went in instead of panning at first, I went in like this. Could be better, but it's just less of a tutorial on how I compose and just more how I make the music. Not really much to explain. I mostly place the bottom notes first and then place the upper notes later. Just adds depth to the song. Then what I do with chords is that instead of with the bass where I have a middle, left and right, I only have left and right, except if I want to add arpeggio. So left, right, you know, whatever. I usually like to use the pulses, so like square width, pulse width, pulse narrow, you know. I usually like to use the effects in the chords as well. So vibrated, delayed, light, gently, ready, heavy. I set it an octave higher usually, because I like making it in the middle, so I can easily just switch the octaves however I want. Chord to duet, obviously. Then with the other one, it sounds like this. And if I'm feeling like it and it sounds good, I'll add an arpeggio, and these usually aren't, but they're usually just like, you know, octaves. 2 octaves up, square, made it quiet. Always usually use square, make it quiet, and rest don't matter. That's it, pretty simple. I removed the hat at the start and like the detude periodic here just to add a little like empty area because I think it sounds nice. And I made this a bit louder, and there you go. I'm gonna add a melody now, then I'll structure the song properly. And alright, hate to break to you, I lied again. So didn't make the melody yet, couldn't come up with anything. So instead I just restructured the songs, you know how I usually structure a song. This area is what we had before. Just added a really basic intro. I usually do something a little bit more than this, but really simple is all you really need. You get the idea. Just repurposing patterns I've already made for the main part, and just changing the order of them, changing them around. Same with the percussion. I basically just removed most of it except for hi-hats, and then add a little bit here to like go into the main part. I usually repeat this part twice. Might as well. Like, why not? If I don't come up with a melody, or like I don't really base the song around it, this is what I usually do. I don't really introduce the melody yet. Just have the backing first. What I'm gonna do next is add like a little like slower area. Maybe I'll just repurpose the same patterns I made again, and then right after that little slow part, you know, the choir, gonna have the exact same part as this, and then just add the melody. I've done this so many times. If you go through like any of my recent songs, they're pretty much all gonna be structured like this. So I'm gonna go do that. All right. So we're at the last stage. I've made the melody. I've had the short little part after the main part. And there's a lot of miscellaneous changes all over the place. You know, like how I've added the little like fade out things for the hi hats. I'll just play it first and I'll explain it. There it is. Alright. Out of everything I've changed, load this by an octave, because, I don't know, it just didn't really feel right to me. This little short section over here, it mostly is just reused parts of the, main area. It's sort of similar to the intro, so I don't mind it like that. Didn't really think much about the percussion. When it's switching to, a little slower part, I usually turn off the bass right before, and I also turn off, like, snares, kicks, and you know, stuff like that. Didn't add this part originally. I just went over here, added the main part again, and I just worked on the melody. I just kind of I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest. I just kind of put notes, you know, I spam notes over here, but it seemed to work out. Slidey notes. Here's the rhythm that I like a lot, you know. I did say this at the start, I do like this rhythm, and it generally speaking, is using it. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, like that. There it is again. If I can't cover everything, I usually just use it, and then you get the idea. So the melody is actually 2 channels. They're the exact same. The reason I do that is because Modbox isn't very good at volume control. These are the max amount of channels I have, by the way. So I can't add anything more than this. So you do have to be quite efficient with your channels, but I don't really think I'm going to be adding another channel aside from this, so I don't mind just adding another channel that's the exact same as the melody, just to make it a bit louder. And then, yeah, I made the melody, went back here, added this. Seems pretty good. Generally speaking, this is like the breaking point for songs. This is where I usually get a song to a point, and then decide, okay, do I want to continue this or not? This is the structure I usually follow a lot. And if I don't really like it enough, I'm not going to continue it. If I can't figure out how to continue it, it's not going to happen. I'm probably not going to continue this song, to be honest. There are a few issues with it, I think. I don't really not really a fan of the bass. The melody isn't that good either. Just overall, it's pretty uninspired, which it is, because I had no ideas while making it. So yeah, there's not really much else to say at this point, to be honest. Continuing the song is just a matter of like figuring it out. There's no really real structure to it. Just however I want. I usually right after this, I don't really reuse stuff. Not even the rhythm. I basically just use the same instruments and just keep going from scratch. You know, you get the idea. That's really all I have to say. I guess that's my tutorial. I'm gonna play Final Fantasy.